Hi everyone, Candace here from Scrappin' 2 Little Princesses, and today I'm going to show you a video of how I put together a card using SVGs and digital paper from Pretty Paper, Pretty Ribbons. Last year it was my New Year's resolution to do more video tutorials on my blog, and I guess I'm kind of running a year behind because I don't think I did any videos on my blog last year actually. I may have attempted it, but I never actually got anything posted, so 2013 is going to be the year. So I'm starting out with all of my pieces. They've already been cut out. I just took them off my mat. These are all from Pretty Paper, Pretty Ribbons, as I mentioned before. All these three here are using the digital paper. So I printed and cut all of these, and I'm just gonna start putting them together. So I'm gonna take my hot cocoa mug and use some Versamark chalk ink in gingerbread to kind of ink around the edges to just give it a little bit of dimension. I love doing this with all of my cuts because it just makes them stand out that much more, and it's just a little detail, but it adds a lot to the project. I'll do the same to here. The only part of this cut that's going to be showing is along the top, so I won't bother inking up the edges at the bottom. I'm not going to get too fussy and try to ink all in here either. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just going to move these other pieces aside so I don't get any glue on them. And I'm going to use my two-way glue pen just to put my mug together. Don't mind my cutting mat, by the way. It really needs to be washed. I always end up getting glue all over it. It's more of like a mess mat than a cutting mat, really. I don't even really use it to cut on that often. So there's that together. Now I just need to find my hot cocoa wherever I put it. Actually, I think I have one other mug that I put together from the... Yes, I'm just going to use this one for now until I find that other piece. I'm making a couple of these cards just because when I often do this when I make a card that I really like, especially when it's a simple card and it's print and cut. I make a few of them just so that I have a couple on hand if I like the card. So I'll use this one. I'm also going to ink around this. To give it some dimension as well. Lisa Norris, the owner and designer of Pretty Paper, Pretty Ribbons, is pretty much the one who got me addicted to using chalk ink. Her cards and the cuts that she makes always look amazing. Okay, and this is my card base. It's just a letter size sheet of cardstock cut in half. I'm just going to fold it in half once more to make my card base. Now I'm going to adhere this onto there using some ATG. I love using digital paper, especially now that I have a wide format printer, but even before I had that, you can make so many things with just a regular printer, and I love that I can make a project and have everything match perfectly. I'm kind of a perfectionist that way, and it drives me crazy when my colors don't match. So now all I'm going to do is some fine stitching, some fine faux stitching, all the way around the outside. Just using a white jelly roll pen from Sakura. And if you come to my blog often, you know that I use this on almost every single project. And I just picked some up the other day when I was in the States. And I picked up a 3-pack because I usually have to order them online because the closest craft store to where I live is about 2 hours away. And now that I have 3 little kids, I do not get there very often. So I bought a package of 3 just to make sure that I don't ever run out. Because it even takes a long time to get any crafting goodies by mail. Especially if it comes from the States, which it usually does. I'm going to go all the way around the outside of this. And if you haven't checked out the Pretty Paper, Pretty Ribbons digital paper, you really need to. She's come out with some awesome color schemes and patterns. We're almost done. That's a lot of stitching. Okay. So next I'm going to put my mug onto my oval shape here with my heart shaped steam, which I love. I think it's so cute. I think I'm going to put it on there just like that. I'll put some glue on this piece. Add my steam on here. Just like that, and then that's going to go on there with some pop dots. And I made this in the Silhouette Studio. I couldn't find a sentiment that I wanted for this card, and I wanted it to be for a birthday in the wintertime, so I just made this using a font that I downloaded from dafont.com. and made sure that it fit inside my little banner. This banner is from the Silhouette store, by the way. So it'll fit perfectly inside of there. So I'm just going to glue that on there. Just like so. And then I'm going to add my stitching all the way around that. Hi everyone, sorry about that. My little baby, my 2-month-old Taylor woke up and I had to go and see what was the matter with her. So now she's sitting beside me in her little bouncy chair, so if you hear some squeaking, that's me bouncing her bouncy chair with my foot to keep her content until I can finish this video. So I finished stitching all the way around my sentiment, and then I stitched a little bit on my banner right here, just on the ends because this is going to be going on top so you won't be able to see underneath there. I also found my cocoa with my marshmallows. When I went to get Taylor, came back down, it was sitting there. I've always said, I swear there's some little people in my craft room that like to steal things and hide them on me. And I'm not talking about my girls either, but they do that too. I think I'm going to add a little bit more ink around here, just to make it stand out a little bit more. Can you hear Taylor talking? She's starting to coo now, and it's so adorable. Okay, that looks better. So now I'm going to use some pop dots to stand this up a bit. She's got a little doll that she got for Christmas hanging in front of her on a bouncy chair, and she loves it, and she talks to it. It's the cutest thing. So I'm also going to pop this one up. Got these foam stickers from Oriental Trading, I think is where I got them from, along with all my craft 12x12 paper, and I love them. Oh, it looks like I got some ink there. Well, maybe this will cover it up. That's the problem with this Versamark chalk ink I found. I just have used it. I always use the color box stuff, and this stuff seems like it's wet for a little bit longer. So you kind of got to be careful. Okay, I'm going to put that down. And I think I'm going to put this right under here, just like this. And then this will go over top. Like that. I think that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to put this down. Put a strip of APG on it. Perfect. There. It says warm birthday wishes. Now I always put on the inside of my card just a plain sheet of white cardstock, and I cut it just a little bit smaller than the inside of the card. I cut it just a little bigger than 4 1/4 or 4 5 1/4, just a little bit bigger than that. I can't remember the exact measurements. I cut this one. There, put it down, and that's my card. Actually, I think that I'm going to add some more doodling. So that's not my card. I have a little bit more. These are just looking a little bit too plain for me, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of detail. And maybe on the outside of here too. I'm making these cards for my mom and my mother-in-law. Both have birthdays in January, and I know that they're both gonna love this card because of the colors. This is actually the Natural Love collection from Pretty Paper Pretty Ribbons, but I'll have a link to that on my blog. So I think that looks good. So that's my card. Thank you for watching, and hopefully it won't take me too long to come up with another card or another video for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.